Tonight on the Bayou Breakdown.
What to know from LSU football's Pro Day.
A deep dive in the LSU Club baseball team.
A recap of the Tigers' most recent series at Alex Box.
And outlook on the upcoming end to the NBA regular season.
All this and more, the Bayou Breakdown starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Devin Whitson.
And I'm Kai Hamilton. This morning, LSU football held their pro day for the former Tigers. Sports director Kennedy Banks was out there and has more on today's top performers.
LSU football just finished up their 2026 Pro Day, where these former Tigers put on an absolute show for NFL scouts. Mansour Delane ran a blazing 4.38 unofficial 40. Harold Perkins showed what he can do on and off the field with a stellar 3-cone drill, vert, and 40-yard dash, but the talk of the day was Garrett Nussmeier. The senior, who was plagued by an abdomen injury in his final season, came out here and showed what he can do when he is fully healthy.
Yeah, feeling pretty good, getting back to being myself, and so it's been obviously a long process of trying to do that, but feeling great, and felt like today I kind of showed that in a sense, kind of showed, who I am when I'm healthy and able to actually throw the ball.
You can see where these former Tigers end up 1 month from today on April 23rd, where the NFL draft will take place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Reporting for Tiger TV Sports, I'm Kennedy Banks.
Well, with Pro Day wrapped up, for guys like Garrett Nussmeier, who didn't have a less than ideal season, this is a day where he really stood out, no?
Yeah, and I'm really proud of him because we've seen that he's putting in the work, and his passes were great today, and his movement was really good. And that's really across all of our Tigers. You can tell they've really been putting in the work for this draft day, Pro Day.
Well, another guy that could be on the lookout, Harold Perkins, too. He really stood out as well.
Yeah, he's a great linebacker, and I think I'm an even better one. Since spring football is coming upon us quickly, I wanted to see what it was like to be a football player. And it just so happens LSU's football's linebacker, Keelan Moses, wanted to try out the studio, so we did a role swap.
What's up, guys? It's Kai.
Okay.
What's up, guys? It's Kai, and today I'm here with
Keelan Moses.
And today we're doing a
role swap.
So basically, I'm going to be Keelan, and he's going to be me.
Y'all stay tuned and get ready for the action.
Let's go.
Tackling.
Tackling.
Tackle. First thing on defense, she can't tackle me. I don't know why she tried. She can't tackle me. I play linebacker, so I'm like this.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go up. And then drive your feet. There you go. Focus on him first. Extend. Then lip peek. That's what I told you about. No. That's what I told you. And get inside his pads and extend.
Let's go.
You gotta get on. You gotta get on both knees.
Yeah.
There you go. Gotta get a little burst. There you go. Oh my God, she got it. I didn't think you was gonna get it. I ain't gonna lie to you. This way. This way. Come back. All right, there you go. There you go. That's how it be. It's hard being a football player.
Now try being a sports reporter.
I'm pretty sure it ain't nothing.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Keelan Moses.
And I'm Kai Hamilton.
Spring ball is almost here, and while the Tigers are gearing up for another competitive stretch.
When you start, look at that kid.
Yeah. Oh, that one? Oh. All right, but
Start there. Go ahead.
Kai Hamilton. Yes, the same Kai you usually see behind the mic has officially stepped onto the field and instantly became one of the most talked about newcomers heading into the spring. For Tigers TV, I'm Keelan Moses. Well, that wraps up our role swap feature.
I took over the field.
I took over the studio.
And we got a real look at each other's worlds.
For LSU football, I'm Keelan Moses.
And for Tiger TV, I'm Kai Hamilton. I actually really enjoyed that and had so much fun with Keelan. I may not be a 5-star just yet, but he did say I was getting there. And I think he did a great job in the studio and can definitely come back anytime.
After finishing in third place in Tulsa, the LSU gymnastics team sat together as they awaited the results of the NCAA bracket earlier today. Both gymnasts and coaches sat in anticipation to see what region they will compete in and what opponents they will face. As suspected, the Tigers will be competing in the Baton Rouge region as the top seed. Head coach Jay Clark expects to see a great turnout from Tiger fans.
And I want to make sure that our fans know we need them. We need them to get in there and fill that place up or get close to that, because it's a very familiar feeling for us to walk in there and to have that level of volume and energy is something that it's not something that we should rely on, but it sure is something that can help us if we can get more butts in the seats.
Competition starts April 1st, but the Tigers will not have their first meet until the 2nd.
LSU will face the 16th-ranked Clemson Tigers, Auburn Tigers, and the winner of the first-round matchup between Air Force and Nebraska.
March Madness is in full swing, and the Sweet 16 is here. The round of 32 was very exciting with many games coming down to the wire. Some big upsets in round 2, as with under 10 seconds remaining, Iowa gets the ball to the corner, and Avado Fogadat hits the 3 to take the lead. With 2 seconds left, Florida can't get a shot off as the defending national champions fell to the Hawkeyes. Moving over, the Texas Longhorns continue to break brackets, knocking off the 3-seeded Bulldogs to go further in the dance. Staying in SEC, Arkansas took down the number 12-seeded High Point, as here's Darius Cook with a cold-blooded dagger to get his Hogs to the Sweet 16. The 4 fighting games were exciting to watch as St. John's takes down Kansas with a game-winning layup by Dylan Darling, which was Darling's first bucket in the game, as Nebraska would take the lead over Vanderbilt with a go-ahead layup, leaving 2 seconds on the clock, where Tyler Tanner gets the ball for the Commodores and nearly misses the half-court game winner.
With all the madness on the men's side, let's look at what happened on the women's side of March Madness as LSU advances to the Sweet 16 this Friday in Sacramento. Sunday's stellar performance for the Tigers was a nail in the coffin for the Raiders, when Michaela Williams would hit a dagger three-pointer late in the third quarter, giving LSU a 40-point lead going into the fourth. And it wasn't just Williams who highlighted the night, but no other than Flavia Johnson ending her last game at the PMAC in a one-of-a-kind fashion, scoring 24 points as LSU and Kim Mulkey punched their ticket to the Sweet 16. The Tigers are set to face 3-seed Duke Blue Devils, who showed out in the round of 32 against Baylor. The Tigers are set to face Duke again for the second time this season as they play in the Sweet 16 for the 4th year in a row. With the Sweet 16 coming up, how does your bracket look, Devin?
Oh, it is not good. It's not good. To be completely honest, a lot of picks have whiffed. And I mean, even though I still have St. John's going to the national championship against Arkansas, I think my bracket is still going to hold up just fine.
Well, I'm having a 99.8% bracket right now. And it's really high, but the one thing that got me was Ole Miss and Minnesota. And even though it's a 5 and 4 seed game, I had the 5 seed winning. I thought they were really going to show out, but Minnesota had a great game, and I think we're going to see more of that throughout the rest of the tournament.
Definitely. But next at 5, we're going to take a look at the other LSU baseball team that's killing it on the diamond.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play.
But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, your mind.
Love, your mind.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love,
your mind.
While LSU baseball is still trying to figure out things on the diamond, the club baseball team is crystal clear about its identity. I spent a weekend with the team to give you a different side of the Tigers. Everyone knows so much about the national champion LSU baseball team at Alex Box, but it's here at Port Island High School on weekends just like this where the LSU club baseball team is in action. Students ranging from freshmen all the way through seniors all come together to compete for the Tigers. Since returning back to action after taking a year off because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the success of the club team is arguably similar to the Fighting Tigers. Competing in the NCBA Gulf Coast East Conference, the Tigers won back-to-back conference titles in 2022 and 2023 while being three-time NCBA Wood Wars champions. Wood Wars represents the NCBA's version of a national championship, where the Tigers last won it all in 2024.
Definitely freshman, sophomore year, going to the World Series. I hope these guys get to experience it this year, but it's a great experience, and I hope we get to go back.
Of course, for most on the team, managing time between school and competing on the diamond can be challenging. But for club president Andrew Powell, having those challenges aren't easy, but are also learning experiences.
Well, being a president of a club baseball team, it means a lot, and it also is not a very easy thing to do, very time-consuming, but I do my best at being able to balance this with my school and everything else, but it's definitely taught me a lot as far as leadership goes and how to lead a group of people and how to organize and stuff like that.
For those who wonder why these guys still come out and give it their all, it's quite simple. For the love of the game of baseball and the opportunity to still have fun in the game with a band of brothers.
You know, I mean, it really is the love of the game. I love being out here playing baseball with the boys, and I love these guys. It's a new crew. Yeah, making new friends, still playing the game. Yeah.
You can see the team in action against schools like Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, and Tulane on the weekends in Port Island. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Devin Whitson. The club team just swept Mississippi State in conference play this past weekend, seeing the Tigers at 6-2. Their next series is against Alabama this upcoming weekend. Coming up after the break, I'll recap of how LSU baseball did over the weekend and one Tiger that stood out. Stay tuned for some more baseball.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, your mind.
Love, your mind.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love,
your mind.
Over the weekend, LSU baseball played host to the number 8 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. The Tigers started the series off with a dominant win in Game 1, led by pitcher Kason Evans, who had 15 strikeouts. the most in SEC matchups since Paul Skeens in 2023. Tigers get the win 7-1 on Thursday night. In Game 2, the Tigers struck out first with John Pearson home run to the left. But the story for the Tigers was their inability to get runners in scoring position. The Tigers only had 6 runners scoring position compared to Oklahoma's 14. In the end, Oklahoma would take it 4-2. In the final game to decide the series, the Tigers would use the long ball to score with Omar Cerna hitting a homer to left field and Stanfield homering in the 5th to give LSU a 3-1 lead. The Tigers got sloppy and gave up 3 runs in the 8th to give the Sooners the win, and the Oklahoma take the series.
The 2026 MLB season is almost here, and teams are ready to hit it out the park come opening day this Thursday. The first game will be the New York Yankees facing off against the San Francisco Giants in Oracle Park on opening night this Wednesday. You can stream that game on Netflix. Former LSU superstar Paul Skeens will make his season debut on Thursday afternoon when he goes to face the New York Mets. You can find this game streaming live on Peacock. Skeens, the defending NL Cy Young Award winner, will look to put together another all-time season. And the defending champion Dodgers will start their March to October on Thursday night when they take on the Arizona Diamondbacks.
After the break, we get ready for an end of the NBA season look.
See you when we come back.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
You're mine.
We had some NBA action over the weekend with many teams in playoff contention facing off against each other. The 2nd seed Boston Celtics hosted the 6th seed Minnesota Timberwolves. Without Anthony Edwards, Bones Highland showed his skills and took over to lead the Timberwolves with 23 points. On the other side, the Celtics' Jaylen Brown had himself a good game finishing with 29 points, but it wasn't enough, and the Minnesota Timberwolves get the win as if they are trying to stay out of the play-in.
Well, we're moving to the Western Conference as down in Orlando, the Lakers took on the Magic. LA's Luka Doncic continued his stellar play at late as he finished the game with 33 points and 8 assists, but in the end, it was Luke Kennard who got the win for LA with a game-winning three-pointer to put the Lakers up by 1. With the loss, the Magic moved to 8 in the Western Conference and sit a game and a half out of missing the playoffs. Now, as we look at the bracket here, it really seems like in the Eastern Conference, while the Pistons have it, the loss to Cade Cunningham could see the Celtics sneak up and take that 1 seed, no?
Yeah, and with the injury report being so high right now, it's really unexpected. I know the games tonight are looking pretty strong. We have, the Spurs and the Heat, the Rockets and the Bulls, the Grizzlies and the Hawks. But right now, I think this is not the set bracket. We're going to see a lot of changes.
I mean, you can say the same for the Western Conference. I mean, right now, even though the Thunder hold the #1 seed, you never know what could happen.
Right. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Bayou Breakdown. Until next time, I'm Kai Hamilton.
And I'm Devin Whitson. Have a great night.